folks, what's going on? We are here, we're chilling. We've got some recap to do. We did very bad yesterday. You know, when I seen it, I didn't want to take the loss, and it really screwed me up. So essentially, we almost blew our account. Practically, let's just say we did. So we're gonna go ahead and start anew. We went ahead and calculated what we are down this month or this year. In our trades. Whoa. Just went ahead and did that. We calculated that out. Yeah, it's not so good. We actually really bad day yesterday. We did recoup some losses from yesterday. Let's go ahead and get some stuff pulled up. Figure out where we are, what we need to do. Get out some stuff here. Move that up. Go ahead and bring up Z-Chrome again. Go ahead and pull this up. Bring this up one more. We're gonna go ahead and start our other stream with our book map. What that looks like. What does that entail? All the fun stuff like that. We'll go ahead and pull this book map up, and we'll bring that. Put this one down here. We're gonna go ahead and bust out our crypto. So on our main account, we are up $50.
Your future is at your fingertips. Take advantage of the flexibility and diversity of futures trading with Ninja Trader,
for the month,
#1
we are
rated
up
futures
38
broker.
cents. For our challenge account, we are down $44.37 for the year. We're -9 for the month. We've had some pretty rough action here. I think one of the things that we did notice, or kind of one of the differences between this account and the main account, is we're trading with higher leverage. The times that we had positive months, trading with less leverage. So that might be a thing that we change. We did have a really bad day yesterday. See, the thing is that if we go ahead and go over here and we take a look at what we did here. Okay, I don't think it shows. I don't think I have it showing. But this right here, this was pretty rough. So what ended up happening? We'll break it down here. What I did. What did I do to deserve this craziness? Right? Totally my fault. Here it is. So what happened is, I think we took, I think we closed out a short here, something like that. What time was this? 12:15. So yeah, this is it right here. Let's break this down into the 15-minute increments. This is what we did. So we went ahead and got us at 12:15. We actually bought it up here by 326. So right up here, like right at this, right where we should have. Like, boom, 3, 2, 6. So somewhere right here, okay? Oops, right here. On the screen. Then it came down. And we wanted to get, and it came down to our normal profit area, okay? And we'll just play this out. So it started to come down. We watched that actually come down. Let's see if we can't get this even further. So we're actually, that seems different. So our normal profit area 326. That actually doesn't make sense now. 53. Trying to see this 1215. So here. Interesting. Says we bought it at 53 326. Really confused because it should have been here. But that's obviously not. Anyways, we bought here 53 326. Okay, we bought it way up here. Now I'm kind of concerned that this thing does just not show what it swung to. Interesting. So we bought it up here. We watched this thing come all the way down to profit zone, in our normal profit zone that we should normally take. We take our quick 5%. Was actually into a 7% that I like to take, you know, so that way we have actual 5 after the fees, and we did that. But no, we decided we wanted to come way down here and thinking it was coming down here, so we held, and then we watched this happen, go back into profit, and we decided, yeah, totally, we were right, we just jumped in at the wrong time. So boom, came up, felt the same way. But at this time is when I started seeing that it was actually wrong. Okay, 100% we were wrong. And I'm gonna go back and find this for you. 5th at 12:15. And I'm gonna let you know what I've seen here. Then we could talk about this and you know, figure out where I'm saying here. This is where we were. So here it says we got in at 12:15 at 53,326. Okay. So we had to have come in somewhere around here because that's where the last time it was here. Even though it says here. But anyways, we took a short. We seen it come down. We seen it retrace, and we're like, cool. You know, we seen this volume start kicking up. But this initial volume did not have, it was just volume started basically lowering, so we're like, cool, this is fine. And then we'd seen these two push in reds, and we actually had an increase in volume here from over the last two. So it was like, cool. And it came down. Then immediately volume kicked back up, and that's where I kind of noticed, like, uh-oh, maybe this is not so good. We watch this drop down. We see this volume down here going lower. We've seen that in the past. And then we kind of waited. We were like, all right, is this going to happen? We've seen some volume kick up right here for the sales, and then we're like, short-lived. And then we seen this volume kick in, and then at this point is where we kind of see, you know, from this point on, that now we're starting to get more volume, increases of volume being green, right, which is telling me that there's more buying starting to happen, especially when we seen these come down and there's basically no actually red volume here. This is essentially where I basically said, hey, this is probably not a good idea. And then you just see it. You see it kick up. We start seeing this come down. This kicks up. We knew this wasn't going to be. And this probably, I think, possibly made me think maybe. But then again, we seen the greens come in again. And then at that point, we knew we were screwed. And we were hoping that we were wrong. Okay, this is the problem. You don't want to take the loss. At this point, we were at a loss of $1 or something, you know, that effect. And you know, somewhere in here, I was like, we should get out. I popped in some more here, came back down. We'll just, I mean, like at this point, you can see this volume that I've kind of been looking at, right? Yeah, so we kicked in more here. This is actually where we actually came pretty close to breaking even. And we were like, cool. Kept going up. At this point, we were about halfway lost, I think. And we were just like, oh, right around here, halfway lost. Started coming back down. And again, we'd seen the volume change there. And we just kind of knew. And we really just didn't want to take that loss. And when it came down this far, we'll bring this back over here. When it came back down this far, what time was that? 16:30. So was that here? Yeah. We came down here. We kind of was hoping that we were going to recover. And it did not. It shot just freaking through the roof. Blah, blah, blah. Mum's the word. We ended up just closing it out here. We did a reverse. Let it come up. As you can see, I think we got a cent because it came back down and hit our stop loss. So we didn't bleed out anymore. What we probably should have done is when we started seeing this start to kick. Actually, we missed this part. We were driving home. When this started coming down and we were way hopeful, which we shouldn't have been in this position anyways, probably should have put a stop loss right above this. Because here we were hitting resistance, the support line. And we just didn't do it. We just didn't execute well. So that is that, okay? So we decided, that left us with like $1 or something. We threw in $18. So now we have a full $20 to kind of recoup, start again. Today we had, yesterday too, I think. Was this yesterday? At night, we took a nice trade. And today we took a nice, okay, I guess that was during the day. And this was, yeah, that was about the right. So we took another trade here. So we have 2 trades, one yesterday and, one today that was actually positive. We are negative this account 1034. So we're going to go ahead and bring this back up. So here in our Forex, I'll show you what we did here. I think this is set to paper trading, so we probably won't get to see. Here, let me change the account here. Alright, I guess we can't change the account. Why can't we change the account? That doesn't even make sense. Oh, account. Paper trading. log out of paper trading. Let's get into a Lambda account. Okay. So now it should show us where we took some trades at today. And yesterday. So today. Okay, so today this is where it was. Let's bring this back down. So this red here. So we actually watched this from pretty much this point on. No, wait, no, that's 6 a.m. From this point. We pretty much was watching this. And what we've seen here is, you know, we were looking at the history here. And as you can see, there wasn't a whole bunch going on. Like it is pretty much for the upside, right? What I was thinking. Then we seen this really big hit, and then is this okay? It's the 15. 15. Here we go. So looking at 15, mostly red. This is one of the things that I have to pay attention to as well. Is, you know, what I do have to go to our higher time frames to go ahead and make sure things are looking the way they're supposed to look, right? So higher time frames, you can see mostly red. So I was like, cool. Let's pop back in here in the 15. Sweet. We're looking mostly red over here. So that's when you go down. Oh, it went down to the 5. So I'm looking at it. Looking at this happen. We already seen this green pop in. We've seen some red kick in. We've seen some more red. And then we're like, cool. That's looking pretty crazy. We did see the green kick in. And because of the stuff back here, I was kind of more curious. Like, is this time to reverse right here? Is it going to reverse? And that's when I decided not to get in. I got a little distracted. We did see this red kick in again. It dropped down. Oh wait, no, that is the green that we've seen. We've seen this red kick in. We've seen nothing really happening. And now we've seen this. And then we were like concerned, right? Okay, is it going to go ahead and go up? And then we started seeing this down. This down is what made me feel like, okay, you know what? This is probably going to go back up. Then when we seen this next down, we were like, oh, maybe we're getting ready to start putting the trade in. Then these popped off, right? These ones popped off, and I was like, oh crap. And then I really noticed that they actually didn't go anywhere. So I was like, you know what? They didn't really go anywhere. Let's go ahead and put the trade in. We seen it drop. We took profit here, and then we watched that rise back up like the way. As soon as we seen this green kick in right here, we said time to get out. Okay, it's kind of what it looked like. So we caught that. But here's where I would say that this is typical for me. Typical. I didn't really realize this till later, but typically, a lot of the times I wait too long to get in. I think what I need to do is when I see this, I just need to make the decision to get in, and then, you know, if it's not right, then time to get out, right? Because I do notice a lot of these, and then they tend to work out, and then boom, boom, done. Yesterday's trade, I think we got in up here. We were kind of looking at the same thing. We did see some green push these up, but overall, if you look at the time here on the hour, if we go back here, this is where it's at. If you go back to the hour, you did see the red kicking in. You see one green, and then kind of nothing really happened there. That's where obviously I went ahead and went down to the 15. And then when I was looking at the 15, you can kind of see more of the picture of what is going on. And very little volume kicked in to push that up. And we're seeing a lot of red here. A lot of most of the volume all together is what we're starting to kind of look at. If there's more pushes up in volume that are sales, and then really the only times that they're coming down, and the majority of them are the opposite direction. We kind of see what's accumulating here, right? And that's where I went ahead and put a trade in here. It did raise back up more, and so I did put another trade in. Set the stop loss here instead of take profit for the initial one here, and then the second one here, which is about a good time, because we did see this kind of kick in, and then we probably would have got stuck here if we waited too long. But you can see that as soon as it starts to move, the volume finishes like here, right, and then goes up. These are those periods of low volume. And so we kind of hit this period of low volume right here, and we kind of figured that this was going to go ahead and start coming in green. You know, we were still kind of looking for shorts though overall, so we decided the trend was down overall, so we didn't go ahead and get in because we didn't know when this was going to go to reverse. But as you can see, and this is the classic flag, right, or channel, ascending channel, classic. So I think this is the time, and now that I just think about it, right, now that I think about it, that would probably be the ideal time to look at this trade, right? When we look at the patterns and you're trying to figure out which way this is going, if you see this accumulation start happening, but see, that doesn't even make sense. See, this is where I'm trying to figure this out. In my mind, they're accumulating buys. But this could be wrong. This is something that we got to kind of take a look at. I'm still figuring out this volume price analysis situation here. We did see some sales here. So what if these... and the only reason the difference between red and green is where it closed at. So that's something I have to remember overall. But this is definitely a channel here, ascending channel. And, I probably, to be honest, I probably would have looked at this as like, hey, this is going to be a false breakout. All of a sudden we have this down, and then all of a sudden we have the greens and it come back out. Probably would have thought of that as but then we just seen this start kicking in. Overall trend, I think that's probably why you have to go with the overall trend. If you look at the overall trend at the moment, it is down. We see that, so we do have to take that into account, and that's probably something that... Did we take that trade? Oh, that's the trade. That was the trade today, this morning. So we just missed this portion of the trade. essentially. But to be honest, I would have thought it was going to go the opposite direction, even though this is the channel. So I guess we could kind of have to take a look at the times that it doesn't, right? I think in my mind this is more red than green, so the accumulation was there for the downside. But there's just a lot that we have to kind of take a look into. Oh, I mean, like, I use other supporting evidence to see what else direction these things could be. So I guess that's a thing, right? Because if I go over here, I'll take a look at what liquidation is looking at, what this is looking at as well, looking like. You know, are there more longs and shorts? Typically, if both of these are in the long situation, you're probably going to have a short, and vice versa. When they are opposite, it just kind of depends on everything else, I think. And then if we look at the book map situation, that's also an indication of where I think things are going to go in that point. But we're still figuring out this this volume price analysis. So we might take some more paper trades. We did take a paper trade today just to test something out. We were going to put a paper trade while we were gaming, and that would have ended up wrong, and that would have been using the same, you know, philosophy or thoughts that I was having before. So that's something that I would be aware of, right? So we took a buy here. So we go ahead and take a look here. We just seen this. We've seen this volume here. But is this another triangle? I mean, is this another ascending? And are we gonna look for a down here? Let's take a look back here. There's a lot of green compared to the red, like how it was. It is still kind of mixed in, and now we're starting to see this start to get more red, more selling. So I think we're gonna have to take a look here and what we think the overall situation is. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Not really. I mean, I would probably say more green, but then we gotta think about what we just seen in CAD, right? USD CAD. It was kind of getting green there. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look. We'll probably keep an eye on this. I would probably say there's probably, if it is gonna go down, there's probably gonna break past. It'll probably hit this first, falls back up. If it doesn't, go ahead and continue up. So we're probably going to go ahead and look at getting in a trade here in the 5400 area, and then go ahead and drop it down if that be the case. So now if we take a look at the 15, which drops that into 4 of the last hour. So yeah, I was gonna go ahead and take another trade right in here, because I did see this green kind of kick in, and then all of a sudden I seen that come down, this come down, and I assumed that we would probably be going back up. Well, let's see what we can kind of figure out here. Let's bust out the 5-minute situation here. So where did we say that we were probably going to take that trade at? Probably, I think somewhere in here, actually. No, that's, I want to say somewhere in here. We see a retrace, didn't really come up. See some more sells drop in here. Overall volume looks kind of choppy there. I don't know, if I look at the MACD, and we know the overall trend is down right now. To me, that's a lot of green showing up, so I feel like, you know, there's a very good possibility of just going up. We did see that again in the CAD that it didn't do that, especially because it was in a ascending triangle. I mean, you know what I mean, ascending channel. This looks like it tried to push down and then we came up. So honestly, that's a lot of selling power that, you know, just came back with buying. We're seeing a drop in volume, but the price is going up. I would probably say if we see a push up to this area and it comes back down with increased volume, then we would probably say that that's a prime example of selling. So let's just see what this does in the next few minutes, and we'll just see. We can paper trade this, why not, right? We're gonna find out if we want to sell or buy. Would it do? Would it be like? But anyways, going forward, while we wait and check this out, going forward, I think that we did put 20 more bucks in. I think we need to, you know, probably slow it down a little bit. Obviously, we're not doing the greatest. So we need to pump some brakes here. We do see some volume increase right here. This hasn't really reflected that yet, which is fine. That is a decent push in it. That might turn green if it ends green. We're starting to see that pop down. This might be a good example of a time that it's going down. So I think the thing is to use the volume is going to tell us what is really happening, and if the things that we use as far as patterns and all that, are they truly going to work out? I think that's where volume is king. Heard it that being said before. Volume is king, buddy. Volume is king, and I always got to remember I need to take this out to the higher time frames to make sure that I'm not getting sidetracked of overall trend. Right now, it really does feel like the overall trend is down if we look at the day, right? But we might have a retrace here, and that's where, I mean, look at this. That's a huge down. A lot of the times you have a huge down, you have some, I would like to see some sideways action. That's a huge time down, right? But like you can see, each of those cases, huge down. We do see some volume kind of kick back in, and we're at the bottom of that, and that's on the day. We are starting to see that kind of kick back up, looks like, on the day. Let's go to the 4 hour just to see what it looks like. So are we going to roll over? Are we going to stay along the middle line of the Bollinger? I don't have any of my EMAs in this script yet. My other script is a little different, and I want to kind of combine. I always do this. I always start on new scripts here. Crazy. Let's see if I can get to it. I like to test things out, and then I ended up like those being my favorite ones. Okay, so we can't see those. Go ahead and remove that. We're gonna go ahead and open up I want to say it's this one. This is not the one. This is one of them though that we were scripting, having all the support lines so we can kind of see what lines are what. So that would be something that I would probably have up so we can kind of see like, hey, are we hitting, what zones are we hitting, previous supports, previous resistant lines. This is not the one though, so we're gonna go ahead and move that over. Let me pull this out because we will be making certain open, add to chart. Okay, this is the one, the latest one that we were working on. We were trying to get this, I already forget what it's called. Fair value market. It's not working yet. Go ahead and put that in time zone here. So we got these time zones in. We got our EMAs that we have set up. We have our show parabolic. Okay, so this is what we are looking at here. We need to kind of pull these fair value markets out. So what are we, is that 23? So 23, we're getting ready. Oh yeah, this is where Sydney's starting to kick in. Wait, not Sydney. Who is it? Sydney is finishing. London's kicked in. So basically the Tokyo is going to last a little longer. We probably take this out. Yeah, because we're out of that. So now we're in the Tokyo London session overlap is where we're at. And I like to have this in with this so we can kind of see together, you know, what's happening. Yeah, we did hit. We're pretty much punching this zone here. Maybe we can add some more lines here.
You're on YouTube watching chill lo-fi hip-hop, but did you know that there's a YouTube music app where you can listen
we
to
bust this down
based
now
on
to an hour.
whatever mood you're in? Did not see that coming. Get YouTube Music Premium.
Oh, I think I have it set to only so many lines. Okay. Anyways, that's what we have going on as well on our other. We want to combine that with that. We could probably insert that soon. And then have this area. Right now there's just not a whole lot of volume hitting with Bitcoin. Soul's pretty low. CAD is still punching pretty good, so we might actually take a look here. What are we seeing? What were we gonna do about? I think we were gonna paper trade something, right? We're gonna see what it's gonna do right now. Did we already missed that? Hour 15. I think we were gonna try to guesstimate what's going on. So I'm not too shabby with this. We're still figuring this out. To me, there's a lot of green going on, even though this is coming down. Is this the start of that? What is this in the middle? So do we roll over? Are we going to come down some? Is this part of the triangle? I mean the channel here. Like what's the deal right now, right? So what are we doing? Are we breaking under this line? Are we we got the panic going? Like what's going on? The flag, you know what I mean? Figure it out. Got a lot to learn still. You know, what do things mean to us? I don't know how I used to trade this before. Felt like, you know, I could see it. Now I just can't. And now I've got all these stupid things that I look at. But I did really want to get into this volume price analysis, and so I think that's where I'm going to go ahead and continue to figure it out, and then kind of, you know, truck along from there. But I think that we're just going to call it there. See what we end up trading tomorrow, if we trade tomorrow, and we're going to take it slow. We are tired of losing money. Overall, we're up like $5, you know. So, you know, on the main account compared to combined with our challenge account, don't really care as much with the challenge account. The main account is the thing, but I think that's also possibly why some of the trades are kind of crazy, where I'm just like, oh, it's 20x. I'm just tossing stuff in, and probably mentally, subconsciously, I'm like, I don't really care, but I really need to start caring, because this is the one that is supposed to be the one I'm supposed to get serious with, right? Why wouldn't I be serious? So, get some more testing done with the volume situation here. This does show the same volume that we see here, as you can see in the background. This just basically shows from the last one if it's lowering or not. It's basically that's all it's showing. So anyways, all the loves.